everybody, and welcome to another Train Sim World news episode. It is time for the Novermber roadmap. That's it, we've got the new roadmap out for November. I do these videos so you don't have to read it. I'll say it all and I'll give my opinions. So if you don't want to read the roadmap, you can just sit back, have a cup of tea, have a beer, have a wine, whatever your choice of fancy to drink, have something to eat, read a book, do something else, and just listen in the background. So we got the Train Sim World 4 roadmap, and it's got quite a lot on there. As always, content is subject to change. So now on the 0 to 3 months, we got the core, the winter core update, formation designer, suspension improvements, and mini HUD improvements. For add-ons, you got the Motterpan, Aschenberg, Miltenberg route, set in Germany. I'm sorry if I've mispronounced that. And we've got a yet unnamed US route coming out as well. It's a bit disconcerting, but there's 0 to 3 months to go, and yet they've not said what this US route is. In partner releases, we've got Blackpool branches, Preston to Blackpool and Ormskirk from Just Trains. We got the Brenner line, Torino to Hospicio Marina from Rivet Games. We got the Edinburgh to Glasgow Engineering Express pack from Rivet Games. We got the RHB Arosa Aragut pack from Rivet Games. We got Regional Railways Class 323 pack from Simtrain Studios, and we got Gameplay pack from Skyhook Games. And for patches, we've got the post-released improvements and the Midland Mainline improvements. In 4 to 6 months, we've got add-ons from DDG. We've got a US route, we've got a UK route, we've got a German route, and we've got an Austrian route. From the partner releases, we've got a UK route from Rivet Games. We've got a Loco pack from Simtrack Studios. And the patches will be the editor improvements. And in 6 months plus, we've got add-ons, a German route, US local route, Australian local. And then we've got partner releases, the Loco pack from a new partner. And patches will be editor improvements. Release dates to be confirmed. The DBBR 420 from TSG. We got a route from Union Workshop. We don't know what country that will be set in. We got a route from Alan Thompson Simulation. We do not know what country that will be set in. And we got the Cologne to Hucknet timetable update. As always, subject to change. Okay, cool. Be interesting to find out what some of these packs are from Rivet Games and Simtrack Studios. Although Regional Railway Class 323 pack is kind of, I think it says it on there, it's probably just going to be a repainted 323 with a couple of scenarios, I'm guessing. I'm disappointed from DDG because on the 4 to 6 months and 6 months plus, they've got 2 German routes coming out, 2 Austrian routes. Oh no, 1 Austrian route and 1 Austrian local. Oh, okay, no. Even though I said it. Oh. In 6 months plus, it's a German route, a US loco, and an Austrian loco. Okay. I thought there was more routes. They're doing 2 German routes, 1 Austrian route, 1 US route, 1 UK route, 1 US loco, and 1 Australian loco. So, why are they not doing a UK loco for one of the UK routes? And why are we getting more German routes? I know Germany's a big wide country and you've got loads of routes that you can do. But being as this is a British company, why have we not got more UK routes made by them? I mean, it's good that we got the partner releases from like Rivet Games and Just Trains and Skyhook. They've all done UK routes. But DDG themselves should be doing some UK routes. Especially since Skyhook and Rivet Games seem to mess things up. We know DDG mess things up as well, but I don't think on such a scale as they do. I mean, let's be honest, when MML came out, it was unplayable. Just Trains, I'm so looking forward to that, because Just Trains are absolutely brilliant. If you've ever seen any of their TS Classic work, you know, I wish that they did the MML line for TSW, because it would have been so much better and so much more accurate as well. But I'm looking forward to their Blackpool branches route, which is set in the 80s. Can't wait to see the Pacers in TSW. Pacers are one of my favourite trains. I absolutely love them. Interesting to find out what these loco packs are. And yes, I won't be able to bring out content for the Blackpool branches straight away, because I won't be able to afford it. So I do apologise for that. But as soon as I get it, then I'll try and get it out on the channels quickly as possible, depending on my editing programs. Because at the moment, the editing program that I did use from Microsoft, they stopped doing, and they're doing a different one now, and it keeps freezing all the time, and it just doesn't work as good as the old program that I used to use as. So I'm using a demo at the moment that only gives me about 30 days, because I can't afford to actually buy it. So yeah, I'm a bit stuck at the moment. So that's why a lot of things that's why I've been able to get content out at the moment. So I do apologise for that. I'm not a rich person. I'm not like all these partner programs. I can just get stuff out, and I've got money to bring stuff out and get good at editing programs and that. So I do apologise. Let's carry on going down, because I want to see what these loco packs are. So, too long, don't read. Summary. Didn't read summary. So we've got the Blackpool branches, Preston, Blackpool and Omsnet, coming November 14th. Yo! And I won't be able to watch any of that, because I want to do a first impression on them when I do it. So, a new route. Announcing a new Swiss route for Train Sim World 4, developed by Rivet Games. That's the Torino to Ospizo, Bahrain. I do apologise for not being able to pronounce that right. Rivet Games gameplay packs. 2 new gameplay packs from Rivet Games. The RB Arazo Arrogance and Engineering Express. So it'll be good to see what that is. New partner, introducing SimTruck Studios and their first gameplay local pack. Patches and update. We reflect back on the status of recent patches to Train Sim World 4. Winter Core update. Our upcoming core updates bring in formation designer, suspension systems and mini HUD improvements. Progress on improvements. The column new timetable, New York Trenton performance, Midland Main Line and TSW 3 updates. Updates and announcements, community core and highlights. Excuse me. Add to cover the changes from the previous roadmap overview. We have added new items that are moved up content to fit into the updated timeframes. Here's the list of changes. Revealed and named all content from this roadmap. Named all content from this roadmap and revealed. Yeah, there's a US route coming out in 0 to 3 months. That's not been revealed or named. The US route, the UK route, the German route, the Austrian route, the UK route from Rivet Games, the loco pack from SimTruck Studios from the 4-6 months have not been named or anything, and nor is anything in the 6 months. So yeah, revealed and named all content from this roadmap is not true. Added Skyhook Games gameplay pack to 0 to 3 months. We still don't know what that is. I'm guessing something to do with Midland Main Line, I hope. Maybe add the 170s in Cross Country, as well as HST Cross Countries. That would be good. The HST Cross Countries, especially since it's set in the EMT times, that'll be non-playable. It'll be just the trains coming in and out of Derby on platform 1 and 2 that go up to Newcastle and Scotland. But of course the 170s, they come in from Birmingham, and then you can drive them back out from Derby to Nottingham, and then Nottingham to Derby. So that would be actually quite cool if that were to happen. So fingers crossed for that. Or maybe they'll bring in the 222s. or 221. Yeah, 222. Sorry. Maybe they'll bring them in as well. Who knows? But looking forward to see what they bring to that. And it would actually make Derby look a bit more busy, like it's supposed to. Added mini HUD improvements into the Winter Core update. Added Midland mainline improvements to upcoming patches. Added Regional Railways Class 323 pack from SimTruck Studios. Loco pack, new partner is now Loco pack, SimTruck Studios. Austrian route has moved up to 4 to 6 months, previously from 6 months plus. US route has moved up to 0 to 3 months, previously from 6 months plus. Oh, so wow, that's jumped 2 stages over, and we still don't know what one it is. Additionally, our 6+ month upcoming German Loco will now instead be an Austrian Loco. Oh, so they're getting rid of the German Loco that they was going to do, and it's now going to be an Austrian Loco. Yes, even our roadmap overview images have patch notes now. So, the Train Sim World roadmap. What a list. Welcome to our second monthly roadmap since the release of Train Sim World 4. Once again, thank you for letting us know about your rail adventures since the launch, sending through incredible photo mode masterpieces, planning the routes of your dreams using the PC editor, sending in crucial feedbacks, and of course, thank you for our patience as we've released our improvements. I've got to say, I've not seen anyone do any routes yet, and I've not seen that in the menu when you're looking at what people create. I've not seen a route menu. You see your usual reskins and I forgot what it's called now. Scenarios that people created, but I don't see a option for routes. In this month's roadmap, we'll be revealing a brand new Swiss route from Rivet Games and new Rivet Games gameplay packs for Osaro Line and the ScotRail Express, as well as discussing more for the upcoming Blackpool branches route from Just Trains, introducing more third-party partners, and talk much more in depth about our release patches, upcoming planned updates and core system improvements coming to Train Sim World 4. Content up ahead. Blackpool branches coming November 14th. We've just announced in our Blackpool branches coming soon article that our first add-on for Train Sim World 4 will be coming on November 14th. In just 1 week. For our Steam users, you can wishlist this upcoming Just Trains route now too. Today we have a first look videos to share for the Pacer. Yeah, I went in there today. This article is about 2 days old, I think. Yeah, 2 days old. I went into Steam today to wishlist it, and it wasn't there. So, yeah, that's not quite true, is it? I'm not going to play this video because I don't want to see it. But it's there for people that want to see it. I want to do a first impression on them when I do get the game, so I'm going to leave that, I'm afraid, sorry. We also want to share Just Train's first look video too, which showcases the suspension improvements on the Pacer in action. More details on suspension improvements further in our roadmap, and that's there to see as well. That's on Just Train's YouTube channel. You can also read more information for what's coming with the add-ons, such as updates to both the Class 47/4 and the Class 08, including retextures, lightning and smoke effects in the latest Just Train's dev updates. In the meantime, we've spoken to Just Train's development team to find out what their favourite parts of the upcoming routes, as well as share more screenshots. So from Benedict Copper, Just Train's 3D artist: my favourite part of the route is the section between Ormskirk and Preston, as it has an entirely different feeling compared to the rest of the route. It is nice driving along, seeing all the fields with different crops, and I think it makes for some excellent screenshot opportunities of all the farm crossings and bridges throughout, with the mill and other small industrials dotted about. It really adds to the feeling of the area too. And you got one of the Class 142s there. From Alex Ford, in Just Train's development director: firstly, I must applaud the Just Train's development team for this fantastic creation. All the team are enthusiastic, dedicated and knowledgeable train enthusiasts, as well as very skilled artists. This is their first Train Sim World project, and they have absolutely nailed it right on the head. For me, it was amazing to see this route train this route and trains grow as the development processed and screenshots were taken. Looking at some of these images, it's really hard to distinguish some of them from the real world. It's absolutely amazing, and I love this screenshot here. That's absolutely brilliant. That is black and white, foggy, absolutely amazing. From Callum Green from Just Strange 3D Artist. One of my favourite parts of the route is the section on the Blackpool South Line between Kirkham and Wesham and Moss Side, because I like the rural vibe and it mimics the feel of the real route very closely. There are also some nice ambient sounds to make it even feel more immersive. Here's one of the screenshots here. Thomas Harrison, Just Trains environmental artist. A lot of people know Thomas because he's very active in the train community, and he also does the some of the videos on the I forget what it's called now. There's a video channel, not just from Just Trains, something else, and I forget what it's called. I'm just having a quick look on my YouTube channel using my phone. I'm just trying to look now. Train Sim TV, that's it. Train Sim TV. So yeah, he's very active on Train Sim TV as well. This is what he had to say. The location that stands out the most for me is the iconic view that looks into Preston itself from the Mudlands Viaduct. The location packs in so much into one scene. You of course have Mudlands Viaduct itself at the centre part, with the Church of St Walburg's dominating from above. Amongst all of that, you have the hustle and bustle of everyday life which surrounds the area, ranging from busy main roads to quiet, sleepy, terraced roads climbing up the hillsides. And not only have you got the church there, but you also, that looks like there's a cathedral on the left-hand side. So I think the right-hand side is the church that's mentioned, the Church of St Welberg, or Burge. And then you've also got a cathedral there as well. And there's also another church down there as well, by the roadside. You can see a bus stop down there. I can't actually zoom in. But if you look where the railings are, you look right, there's that brown building there. There's a church there as well. It looks like a memorial church, maybe, I think. But yeah, that screenshot looks absolutely lovely, don't it? That is like really, really cool. You've got two sets of paces joined on together there, on its way to Blackpool North. So that's coming away from Preston. That's got Blackpool North on the destination, that's coming away from Preston. I suppose this one's... it's still Tom. I suppose this one stands out the most for myself, as it is the area that I am most proud of on my scenery art creation within the project. No matter what time of the day for me, the location is always worth the time to pop into photo mode and grab a quick picture. You really can get some of the fantastic shots, and look at that. That is absolutely amazing, that is. I don't know if that's sunset or sunrise, but that is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely amazing. Marcina Medro, so if I've pronounced your name wrong there. Just Trains 3D Artist. I have to say that I love the whole of the Preston, Blackpool and Ormskirk route, but my favourite part, and close to my heart, maybe because I had the pleasure to model most of its custom assets, is the Blackpool South branch. Not only because we have one of the biggest landmarks on the route, the Pleasure Beach Island with all its famous rides, but because rising above Blackpool itself, we can see the world famous Blackpool Tower. And as you can see, look, there it is in the background, and you can see some of the rides there as well. That's really cool. Mark Walker, Just Trains lead environmental artist. My favourite part of the route undoubtedly is Blackpool North. The terminus provides a great deal of interest, and at certain times, notably late morning in the summer and late evening in the autumn, it really is a hive of activity. You'll see a wide variety of locos and trains arriving into the station. Blackpool North Station is overlooked by the Blackpool Tower and Blackpool North number 2 signal box, which in itself is a nice place to sit and watch the movements. You can see there. I think Mark also does videos on Train Sim TV as well. And you've got a Class 47 with the BR Blue, big blue logo there with some coaches. And there's a pacer in the background as well. You can see the Blackpool Tower up there as well. So yeah, that looks really cool. Join us for a preview of Blackpool branches in just a couple of days on Thursday, November 9th. That's today, so that's already happened. Where both Thomas and Benedict from Just Trains will join alongside us to showcase the route. You can set a notification for the stream. So it's already happened, so that don't really matter, does it? I'm really looking forward to this route. I'm really looking forward to when I'll be able to afford to get it at the end of the month. Or at the start of next month, sorry, because I'll be away. So yeah, that's looking really, really good and really nice. I'm interested to see if the pacer will be put onto any other routes already in Train Sim World as well. Now it could possibly, I'm just trying to think, maybe Manchester, maybe. I know the Manchester route is supposed to be set in modern times, but they got the 158s in EMT colours, so they might as well put the pacers on that as well, make Manchester a bit more busier. New route, the Barana line, Ospezzo Barana to Torino by Rivet Games. Sorry again for botching that. Wrap up warm and make sure your photo mode cameras are fully charged, as our marketing coordinator James, working with Rivet Games, shares the fast details on their latest upcoming route. Set within some of the highest peaks of Switzerland, the HHB rail network connects vast expanses of remote and popular towns, villages and resorts within the country's canton of Graubünden, often bordered and overshadowed by the awe-inspiring World Heritage status Alps. I mean, it looks alright, the screenshot, but when you look at the screenshot here, and please bear in mind that Rivet Games has been doing routes for Train Sim for quite a while, for Train Sim World, and then you compare it to the ones that we've seen with Just Trains, this looks, I don't know, it just looks a bit more cartoony to me. It don't look as realistic. I mean, the track and the station looks alright, but if you look at the grass on the left and the water and that, it just doesn't look as realistic. I know it's work in progress, but, you know, when you compare it to stuff like this, and this, it doesn't look, you know, it doesn't look as good, and they've been doing it longer than Just Trains. Hopefully the other screenshots will look a lot better. Yeah, maybe not. Starting at the top of the Barania Pass at the altitude of 2,253 metres, which is 7,392 foot, we join the line at the Oppsiso Barana, set upon the bank of Lago Bianco. This along ranks the Barana line among some of the highest railways in Europe, being the highest rail crossing passing place in Europe, and it also becomes one of the world's steepest as we embark on a journey. Gradients as steep as 7% can be found. Impressive for a standard artisan railway. One thing that really sticks out, I don't know if other people notice it as much, but look how low these platforms are. Compared to the, you know, platforms that we see in England, I mean, these are really low platforms. I'd love to go here and love to see these platforms and that. And that sounds a bit geeky, but it would, you know, it'd be really nice, wouldn't it? And I would film it for my other channel as well. But yeah, that they do have some really low platforms, don't they? The line from Rivet Games will make the hairpin descent along the faces of mountains and settle into the winding alpine valleys before making an arrival into the line's southern terminus of Torino. For the folks with their maps already open, they will note that this will mark Italy's first, a bit subtle appearance in Train Sim World. So we get a bit of Italy in here as well. As you can see, that's the terminal here. From the street view, you can just see the lines down there. Again, it just doesn't look as realistic, does it? It looks cartoonish. Picture postcard views await as Rivet Games have used LIDAR data and custom landscape materials to produce possibly the most stunning and accurate rendition of the Swiss Alps possibly ever seen in a train simulator. As we see the breathtaking peaks setting the scene, the unmistakable Brusco spiral viaduct dominates the picture with the unique 360 loop of track, allowing for dramatic change in railway altitude while not making any further progress towards the Italian border. I thought it looked familiar. So we've got yet another TS Classic route joining TSW. Yippee! I was hoping that with TSW we'll get routes that are not actually in TS Classic. You know, brand new routes that we've not done before. But that's just my opinion, which I'm entitled to have. Seen running southbound under the shadow of Post Chivo's landscape in RMB's Physical ABE 8/12 EMU. 3 cars in length and capable of hauling both passengers and freight stock. The Algeria features full dual voltage capabilities with the 1000 DC operation of the Brunner line and the 11 kV AC on Arosa line, all selectables to take the train on either route. Rivet's innovative announcers, as first seen on Edinburgh Glasgow Class 385, also returns here, but with the added ability of being fully automatic and making announcements in 3 different languages. Like I say, the train model looks alright. Looks out of place with the cartoonish. Actually, no. See, now this one, it don't look too bad. The screenshot here doesn't look too bad. Train looks really cool. I'll say that. The train does look nice. The mountains actually look really, really cool here as well. You'll see some low clouds there as well. So yeah, I'm actually liking the screenshot in that one. It's not something I would go out and get straight away, but possibly wait until it's on sale, like 50 or 75%, something like that. From the valley views of the Alp Grum to the magnificent lakeside views of Murilago, the route from Rivet Games will offer a new metro gauge action soon in Train Sim World 4. Look out for more details from Rivet Games and on further roadmaps in the future. Yeah, done this route in Train Sim Classic. Possibly wait till, like I said, it's on sale, like 50% or 75% before I'd think about getting it. The Montauban coming soon. Modern day diesel adventures across the portside town of Haschenberg, Germany, sorry if I mispronounced that, are quickly approaching. Last month we shared a range of screenshots for the upcoming Miltenberg add-on, and today we will be sharing more from our development teams, additional screenshots and a sneak peek into the mystery reward. So that's the line there. You got at the bottom here at Miltenberg. You got a bit of line going to the east of the station there, and a line that goes southern westerly as well. While the line that you will be playing will continue up north. There's a little branch line up there as well, and we've got all this line up here. I don't know if that's shed area or freight works or just, I don't know. And we've got this long line going east to west as well. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 stations. Wow. As a short recap for those jumping on the Novermber train, we've got a regional charm and a new DBBR 642 DMU supported by the BR 363 offering local shunter freight across this route. We'll be relaxing alongside the main river of the Diesel Desaro Beauty, set in the modern day and layering in the red DBBR 628 in recent editions if you own the Novermber route. This route will be priced at $24.99. And it didn't say on the Blackpool one, but I think that's $29.99. I've heard rumours of that being £29.99. But this Multibun, the other route from Rivet, hasn't got a price yet. But this one, it will be £24.99, $29.99, or €29.99. This is the train that comes with it. I've got to say, that looks like a lovely train, that does. That'd be a nice train to drive. Excuse me for yawning. We spoke to Lucas, our senior technical producer, who's been working on this route, to share a little more on why he chose the Multibahn as the next German route in Train Sim World 4, as well as showing you some lovely pictures from our beta team who have been trying out this route for themselves. Yeah, it's a shame we can't zoom in because I can't read what station that is. But yeah, that looks nice there. That looks like a nice train. It looks like a nice screenshot as well. And this is from Lucas. We really wanted to bring another DMU into our German offering. DMU, for those who don't know, diesel multiple unit. But most diesel branch lines are pretty simple, one train per hour deals. This route offers a more varied surface pattern and quite a bit of industry. Despite being mostly single track, from a gameplay standpoint, it just makes sense to pick this. I'll try and go through the snow there with some oil, looks like oil tankers. One of the most unique features on this route is the mystery tile, where you can launch a ship from the shipyard. Oh wow. Maybe that's what that top bit is then. Maybe that's the shipyard up there. Maybe that's the shipyard there, so that'd be cool. I've seen a ship launched from the shipyard in Herlenbrach myself, so I really enjoy sitting at the bridge there and having a look. We look forward to showing you more details soon. Expect to hear more from us around the release date, as well as timings for our Multibahn preview. So again, I apologise for messing the name of that up. But yeah, that looks like a really cool train. Another really cool screenshot there. New Rivet Games gameplay packs. Again, it's not one I would get straight away, but it is one I'd get probably when it's about 50% off. New Rivet Games gameplay packs. We can also announce 2 new packs being created by Rivet Games coming on November 21st, so not too long away, bringing additional gameplay in the forms of scenarios, new timetables, new liveries and rolling stock for both Arosa Line as well as the ScotRail Express across Edinburgh and Glasgow. So new rolling stock, oh brilliant. For the Arosa Arrogates, Rivet Games are bringing us back to the Swiss packs with all new Swiss services, including a new Arosa Line timetable and 5 new scenarios to master. Pick up the RHB FAC Arrogant Wagon, as well as 2 new liveries for the RHB GE44II electric locomotives, number 622 Hoke Tozon Railway and number 629 Nürburgring Alpentune. And they're the 2 there, which I think we also have in Trains in Classic. Okay. Engineering Express. You'll be able to explore more gameplay on the ScotRail Express route, from engineering movements to daring drags. You'll find 5 additional scenarios, an additional timetable across Edinburgh to Glasgow, and 2 new liveries for the Class 66, namely the Ocean Network Express 1 and the Direct Rail Service DRS Blue. I thought it said new Isn't the Class 66 already on the East Coast, in the ScotRail? I thought 66 was already on there. Or maybe it's not. But they're giving 2 liveries for it. That's a little bit of a disappointment, really. I was hoping for a passenger train, but... oh well, it is what it is. And it will feature a new emergency adapter coupler for the Class 66 to drag the Class 385 EMUs. You'll also be able to pick up the YGB Sea Crow wagon in both painted blue and unpainted grey liveries. Both of these new gameplay packs will be available on all platforms from November 21st and will be providing some more information in the coming weeks in the build up to their releases. They will each be priced at £9.99, €11.99 and $14.99. £9.49 on the PlayStation Store. EU and US dollar prices on PS remain as above. So why is it 40p cheaper, 50p cheaper on the PlayStation Store? That don't make sense. I have to say I don't like the fact that Train Sim World is on console. I think they could do so much more if they weren't limited to making it the same for PC as well as console. If they could do it just PC only, I think it would be so much better. And again, that's just my opinion, and I'm allowed it. New partner, introducing SimTrack Studios. It is always a delight to welcome another developer into the Train Sim World Partner Program. All faces, old and new, are welcome, whereas so far Rivet Games, Skyhook Games and Just Trains, for example, are already established and published third parties for Train Simulator Classic. SimTrack Studios is a brand new venture, and who else better to introduce them than the team themselves. Hi SimTrack, great to have you on board. Why don't you start by telling us a little bit about yourselves and where else people may have heard of you? SimTrack. IDDG, simply put, people won't have heard of us as a developer before, as this is the very first time we've worked together to develop something you may recognise. Work together to develop something. You may recognise some familiar names in the community, but this is the first time we've worked as a team. We come from a variety of backgrounds, from working in the railway to being software developers, and we're hoping this variety of skills will help us develop some great products. What is it that made you all want to come together and form a brand new studio? SimTrack. Train Sim World does a great job at delivering a wide variety of experiences to players, but we wanted an opportunity to deliver some more specialised content for players to enjoy. At the time of our start up, the public editor wasn't a thing, so we set out to get involved with the partner program. Calibration is key to delivering content as a team, and so aspiring developers out there can get an understanding. How would you describe working together despite being entirely remote and working in constructive and collaborative way? Luckily, remote working has become increasingly easy, especially after the last few years. Certain areas are better, as it is much easier to search for information in a written conversation than it is to remember a verbal one. Learning the tools have been the hardest part, as you simply can't beat sitting next to someone and learning, but the progress made so far has been promising. We often suggest that developers cut their teeth on add-ons which they can deliver while also getting used to the entire process. What pack have you decided will be your first? Our first product will be the Regional Railway delivered Class 323 alongside a set of scenarios that bring a splash of colour to the Midlands. We picked this as getting a reference material was straightforward alongside Cross City. Alongside that, Cross City is a popular route and lots of players will be able to enjoy this. So we'll have this for the West Midlands route, the Cross City route. Will it also be layered onto the Manchester route though? Because they also use the 323s. So that'll be interesting to find out. Well, that's a nice surprise additional to the roadmap, and great to see Cross City getting some more gameplay. We're also now able to reveal that the UK Loco Pack, new partner currently on the roadmap in the 3 to 6 months window, is a SimTrack Studio product. So again, it'll probably be something similar to what they're doing now. SimTrack. We're not done introducing colour, and this time it'll be a splash of BR green. We'll be continuing to work with SimTrack to bring their first brand new local to Train Sim World. Keep an eye on future roadmaps for updates. That's 2 UK packs in a row. You will continue to be focusing on the UK network. Do you want to stretch your wheels across borders? Our aim was always to provide a variety of content, and that's certainly not limited to any one country. The team is spread geographically and interests are varied as a result. We plan on making use of these interests to bring a variety of content. Do you have any other final cryptic teasers for the folks at home? I think it's safe to say the interview has peaked here. It's time for us to put the kettle on. So BR green. It's time to put the kettle on. It's peaked. I'm guessing they're going to be doing a reskin and scenarios for, I'm guessing, the Manchester to Leeds route. I'm guessing the one that's set in the 80s, if I was to hazard a guess. Patch and updates, Xbox crashing and missing entitlements. A couple of weeks back in October, we announced we were able to finally resolve the remaining issues causing certain Xbox systems to crash to the menu upon startup. Additionally, we've also managed to solve almost all of the missing entitlements across our different platforms, except for a couple final ones we're working on resolving currently, which are listed below. Class 700 on Epic Game Store, Great Western Express on Epic Game Store, the DBBR204 on Xbox consoles. We know that these issues have been frustrating for those who were affected during the launch of Train Sim World 4, and we want to thank you for your patience, while our teams have worked hard and continue to work hard to find solutions. Patch 31st of October. We wanted to address the elephant in the room with the last week's patch. Whilst there were a lot of things that actively improve players' experiences across the platforms they play on, there are a couple of specific issues we saw with our most recent patch, 31st of October, which we wanted to acknowledge. The patch did not go out how we planned, and we wanted to start by holding our hands up and apologising for this inconvenience caused to the PS players affected by crashes brought in by the update. While we resolved the issues as swiftly as we could, thanks to all those who helped raise them to us, we don't want to be spending time fixing things that we ourselves have broken with new patches. As well as being a very insufficient use of our time, it also diverts time away from other improvements and qualities of life updates we want to focus on. Things will slip through the net on occasion, but introducing something like a crashing bug is unacceptable. Yeah, we're still waiting for them to fix Clapham Junction train station from the Brighton main line, because the underground pass is in the wrong place. Still needs fixing. Do it. Now the update is out and we've managed to address the crashes happening. We'll be taking some time to review within our development and QA teams what went wrong and how we can prevent this in the future patches. We will continue to release regular patches and aim to target these areas you've told us that you'd like improved, so please keep your feedback coming. The proof will be through action though, so we'll endeavour to bring you great content without the corresponding issues. Patch 31st of October, community mods and testing processes. Additionally, while we don't actively support PC mods, well you should, because it's kept Train Sim Classic running as long as it has, we also understand how important they are to some of you and your gameplay experiences. Our latest patch was intended to improve the modding ability on TSW 4. But it wasn't. However, it ended up affecting other core mods instead. Yeah, like you probably planned. So we reverted this change shortly after we rolled it out. We'll be revisiting these improvements in future, and as an action we have gathered a series of unofficial mods that we'll use in our testing process for new updates to understand more of the impact that our changes may have on popular community mods. And now we're just going to talk about recent patches. Here's a summary of what we've updated this month and what we'll be sharing with you all soon. 17th of October patch highlights. Liveries created in previous TSW irritations will now render correctly. Oh, that's brilliant. Improvements to haptics on PS systems. Adjustment to medal thresholds to allow for gold and platinum medals to be obtained. Well, I never had that problem on my one. I've got gold and platinum medals I've obtained. Many various crash fixes. 31st of October patch highlights. Front-facing external camera bouncing uncontrollably when moving through tunnels or under bridges. Azuma decals can now be placed as far ends of coaches in Livery Designer. Enabled gamepad interactions with AWS control on Flying Scotsman. PS5 trophies will now be unlockable. Many adjustments to veteran system and functionality. Future patches. You can expect continual improvement patches coming to Train Sim World 4, and as a preview of our next set of improvements, we are currently looking into New York Trenton passengers not appearing, Antelope Valley LA Union passenger lightning issues, OBB 402 for indicator light visibility, East Coast Mainline Ollie improvements, BR 182 C3 warning lights and audio, photo mood improvements. Excuse me. We also have upcoming larger updates coming soon, which we are calling the Winter Core Update. Work is continuing on bringing awaited formation designer and suspension improvements, as well as a range of updates and mini HUD accessibility changes taken directly from your community feedback. We're bundling this together into a Winter Core update. This is still a little while away from launching, but we hope to bring you good news between now and December's roadmap on progress. Formation Designer. We're continuing to work on Formation Designer and it's coming along well. You can view a preview of the UI and menus from our previous roadmap update, which I didn't cover because of problems with my computer, so I do apologise for that. Expect demonstrations of our teams using Formation Designer coming soon, and the aim is to bring this to your hands with our winter update. Suspension improvements. If you've missed it in our Blackpool branches sections, with the release of this route coming out this time next week, we work closely with Just Train's team to implement the new suspension improvements on the Pacer locos ahead of the planned release of the improvements to TS4W content. You can see a showcase of the feature in action on Just Train's Class 1 through 2 video on Just Train's website and their YouTube channel. Did Just Trains have a YouTube channel? I don't know if Just Trains have a YouTube channel. I know a lot of stuff goes through Just Train Sim TV. But do Just Trains actually have a YouTube channel? Just Trains. Yeah, they do have a YouTube channel as well. So yeah, you can find the Class 1 that on their YouTube channel. For some reason, my main account wasn't subscribed to him. My gaming account's probably subscribed to him, but my main account wasn't. They are now. I'll just hit that subscribe button. The Just Trains team have worked with our teams to implement prototypical but much simpler setup of the suspension improvements as part of their work on the Pacer, as the Pacer does not contain air suspension or bogies. It's a simpler process. You can see this working in-game in the first look Pacer video we published today. Look at that bounce. We'll continue to work on the core improvements for TSW4 locos, with the current plan to retroactively add the improvements to new locos included in the TSW4 Standard Edition routes, as well as the Multibus BR642. Many HUD improvements. We want to thank all of you for sharing your thoughts on the new HUD UI that we've introduced in Train Sim World 4. I don't like it, bring back the old one from TSW3. In our Winter Core updates, we'll be adding much more customization to the mini HUD via a range of toggleable HUD elements to allow you to customize exactly what you want to have displayed on your screen. These additional toggleable elements include your speed, distance to current objective, and tracker markers, platform markers and sidings. As you can see in the two pictures there. The track monitor will also look ahead and scales the distance depending on your speed. If you are travelling at 0 to 80 kmh, you will see a 1.5 kmh distance ahead, which scales up to 6 km distance the faster you're travelling. Platform markers are the blue bars on the track monitor. Again, seeing as it's an English company, okay, you go and put stuff in km, but also put stuff in miles per hour as well. Because I don't know what 0 to 80 kmh is in miles per hour, so, you know, put miles per hour in brackets. Or do miles per hour and then put 0 to 80 kmh in brackets. Because not everyone uses kmh or km. Additionally, the countdown progress bar now has the option of 1 km, 2 km and 4 km distance. Again, I don't know what that is in miles. You will also be able to modify the settings in the HUD type options found in main menu settings, accessibility, HUD type. Progress on improvements. The new Cologne-Aachen timetable. We also wanted to check back in with Joe, who has been upgrading the Cologne timetable for Train Sim World 4. We initially spoke about this back on our August 2023 roadmap, and today we have new screenshots to share with our progress. Here's Joe with more. Wow, that does look busy there. That looks proper. That looks really cool. One of the busiest scenes in this timetable at Cologne Harnstring, the ice in the centre is heading to the depot. And this is what Joe has to say. The new timetable is being added to significantly increase traffic levels and variety around the route's major stations, as well as the all-new freight services. Playable-wise, the services were mostly already represented, but they have been recreated with more accurate timings, stock usage and stopping patterns, the latter mainly RE1's peak services. The route, however, felt a little quiet at the large stations, but there were plenty of opportunities for AI services. And here you can see a RB33 arrives from Hassan HBF, one of the new AI services to make Haken HBF busier. I've got to say, I can't remember seeing that white train before over there. Because I've completed all the scenarios on it. I ain't done any timetables yet, but I've completed all the scenarios, as you can tell on my channel. I've not seen that. Will that be added as AI? Or is that from a different German route which will be layered on for AI? I don't know. Be interesting to see. I reached out to a contact who helped with Bremen freight information, and they were about to get a full timetable for freight across. They were able to get a full timetable for freight across this line. The new freight services have realistic stops and timings where freight trains will be stopped to allow faster trains to overtake. The freight has made Cologne Hechfield quite a lively place. There's also a couple of short local runs as well as some shunting. There are several new AI services added for the route that will make Hackney and Stolberg feel more connected to the surrounding areas instead of it being just RE1 and 9. Duran and Harnham as various extra AI services, then of course Cologne. So that'll be interesting to see once it's all done. I'm looking forward to that, because that is one of my favourite routes in TSW, and it is a German route, yeah. But I did love playing on that route. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see. With all the new AI traffic, there's always something going on at Cologne. Usually multiple trains moving at once. It'll be busy for driving into and out of, as well as a great for train spotting. Cologne Horisheim will be another great place to do some virtual train spotting. Joe is making great progress. As of yet, we don't have a projected release date for this update, and when we do, we'll let you know. And this is something they need to do for London Victoria and all the other bigger stations. Even if they had to add train packs or loco packs, just to make it more busy, like in places like Brighton and London Victoria, just to and Manchester, just so it's not empty. Glasgow, Edinburgh, because they all just feel empty, don't they? So New York, Trenton performances. For October 31st update, we implemented a core improvement which we believe should vastly improve performance for players on the route. We've seen positive feedback thus far, so if you have previously experienced problems on PC platforms, please give the route another go. Let us know your thoughts, and as ever, we'll continue to review your feedback. When do you ever review feedback? I've mentioned, tweeted, messaged, and all the rest about Clapham Junction, and still you haven't fixed it. Midland Mainline improvements. And after 2 big updates, it still needs improvements. That's really bad, Skyhook. We want to share some news on a range of improvements we have planned to come to Midland Mainline, courtesy of our friends at Skyhook Games, summarised below but not limited to in some of the headliners of the planned updates. Route scenery improvements, more vegetation, clutter and scenery fixes. Hopefully you don't get... When you approach plants, they seem to like rise out of the ground. So hopefully that's fixed so that they're out of the ground, they're not look like they're rising out of the ground. Snow build-up feature for terrain and track. Improvements to station and route signage. Yeah, because they mistakenly put some EMR signage in where it's meant to be EMT because it's set in the past. Station lighting improvements, Leicester and Nottingham Station. HST adjustments and fixes, notably the delivery designer, cab and coach lighting and driver seat camera height. And stop having every coach A as well, that would be good. TSW4, for TSW4 only, updated all scenarios and timetable to use TSW4 scoring 2.0 and platinum medals. And TSW4 only, scenario planner AI portal functionality. These improvements will be coming in the future to both Train Sim World 4 and Train Sim World 3, excluding the TSW4 feature-specific changes. We don't currently have a release date planned, and we still need time to test these changes prior to the release. We'll keep you updated when we'll be ready to get these live. But according to the timetable, it will be done in 0 to 3 months' time. For users on Train Sim World 3, these changes will be included on our Train Sim World 3 updates rollout plan detailed in the next segment. TSW3 updates. We want to keep you informed on our progress for improvements coming into TSW3, so today we'll be sharing our intent for multiple stages update rollout. Our plan is to release improvements in 4 patches rather than all in one go, which will allow us to get some improvements to you sooner and help our testing teams focus on each batch of updates one at a time. The first batch of improvements will be undergoing testing with our QA teams this week, and we will keep you informed on the release dates for this. The later batches will include the Midland Mainline improvements listed above, and Trenton will be the last batch, as we want to be confident that player experience won't be negatively impacted by this change, and so that can allow on from a number of improvements to core performances. Community Corner, the PC editor, beta. It's been a little over a month since we launched the beta of our PC editor, and we've been blown away with how involved the community has gotten with this tool, from initial route and locomotive creations to supporting each other with incredibly detailed resources community made guide. Okay, from initial route creations, I've not seen any routes created using the PC editor from players, and I've not seen a section for it either. Speaking of our amazing community resources, our ambassador Martin, aka Train Sim Play, has created a public TSW editor documentary spreadsheet which has links to all our official resources, a huge range of community resources and plenty of tutorial guides all in one place. As a second shout out to Martin, they've also created a video showcasing community made editor projects which you can check out on their channel. As we stated in the last roadmap, the current PC editor is still an early look at what we've had in mind, and we're grateful for all the feedback you've sent in, and we encourage you to keep it coming. We're gathering this feedback, and currently we have a few specific focuses in mind. Ability to package files for distribution, PEC files, landscape material usage, rediscover of files when reloading the editor. We'll share more news on these improvements to the editor when they're ready. Finally, we've had some lovely feedback from all of you on our PC Editor Masterclasses, and we'll continue to find spaces to include them in our monthly schedule of TSW content. Keep an eye on our TSW announcements for when these are happening. Be sure to head over to our PC Editor forum where you can share your feedback or find more helpful guides, FAQs and growing list of community resources. We also wanted to highlight a couple of community projects we've seen on our forums too. New timetable for Dresden Riser by Makia6051, sorry if I've pronounced your name wrong, and the BB22000 loco for LGV Mediterranean by North Lock Driver. Also check out their BB22000 local YouTube showcase. Photo mode showcase, give us your best shots. Last time we asked you to share us with your best shots using the new photo mode and you did not disappoint. Be sure to follow along on our photo mode collection thread and add in your own shots. Here are some of our highlights from this month. So you see some lovely pictures here. Some fireworks going off there. POV, the fruit pastel I dropped into the aisle. Oh, that's a nice shot of the lightning coming down. It actually looks like it's hitting the track, don't it? There's some really cool ones there. Just an incredible range of amazing images. It's impossible to showcase everyone's, but please submit your own photo mode or highlighted shots and you may be featured in next month's update. Train Sim World 4 soundtrack. As mentioned in our Scotsman and Veteran Out Now article, everyone can now listen to all 9 tracks of the official Train Sim World 4 soundtrack, no thanks, by heading over to their favourite music platforms including Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon and plenty more. And to wrap up, and that's our 5,000 word marathon for November. Thank you for your continued support and key feedback over the last few months. Please keep sending over your thoughts through our forums and community spaces and be sure to join us tonight for the roadmap stream. Yeah, and that's it. Thank you for joining me for this video. Let me know in the comments below what you think. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe and hit the bell notification to keep up to date with all future content. And I shall see you in the next one. Goodbye for now. And take care.